Breaking news, we just found a huge clue in the new GTA 5 online post. If you look closely at the car's license plate in the middle, it reads 85EV169. My theory, this is the date for the GTA 6 trailer 2, which could be July 9th, 2024, with 2025 shaping up to be a massive year for gaming. Developers are cautious not to step on each other's toes. Big showcases and vague release dates hint at the anticipation for GTA 6 expected to launch in fall 2025. Stay tuned for more exciting updates. Subscribe if you want me to give away multiple GTA 6 copies on the release date. Thank you and let's go. So here we are starting off with 2025. We are all going to have an amazing time. Are you ready to open up the GTA 6 on your PS5 or Xbox? I am completely ready for it, but we still have to wait a year or so. Next up we go, the breaking news that just found a clue in the new GTA 5 online post. If you look closely at the car's license plate in the middle, you can see the 85EV169, but my idea is the date for the GTA 6 trailer 2, that can be actually the July 9th. So if you look at all this, at a screenshot of a drift update on the GTA 5 online, you can see the license plate, which actually shows us that we are probably getting some hint, and this hint actually showcasing us that it's probably the GTA 2nd trailer. What do you think on this one? Next up, unrendered part of the map is here. We could see the small spot that is is actually unrendered, and this kind of shows us that it actually 100% proves to the people that didn't think this was in-game that it actually is. And yeah, that's true. Maybe this does show that this is indeed a game and not the CGI as everyone thought the trailer is. So unrendered part, pretty nice detail that no one noticed before. Where would AI be used? I'm not talking about AI such as NPCs, I'm talking about where would Rockstar use AI technology to improve gameplay and immersion. I believe there should be at least 500,000 unique free roam NPCs, many made with AI but not procedurally generated like VD Legion. I also think they could use AI for creating a map and scenery. Those are currently the only two things I can think of. And I'm curious about your opinion and predictions, as we saw from the previous post on unrendered location. Basically, I don't know how this is going to work. Maybe it's still not finished, maybe it will be finished once the game is out and AI technology will be used to render the map, and I don't know, we will see. Preferably nowhere related to art, and it's definitely hopefully not gonna happen, except animation. AI and reality machine learning model trained on the developer's own data are already being used to help smooth out transitions between handmade animations and in what's called motion matching. Ubisoft pioneered it in games. Naughty Dog made it even more popular. Nowadays, most devs that have resources to run such things use it. Only the least grounded in reality game studios and corpos are even thinking of using AI for all kinds of random things. LOL. Creativity-wise, I hope not, otherwise this game won't feel as nearly as impressive as normal. Is that how Last of Us 2 achieved such realistic combat from one of the previous posts that we talked? Due to the scope of the game, it will be more correct to use it in Q&A to check for bugs, etc., because Rockstar has improved its latest games very well. I believe it already has a tool for this. Implementing this in every scene, artistic model, etc., I believe it is a shot in the foot. There are many incredible artists at the company, which brings something unique to games. AI should use tools to optimize processes and not replace every scene of creating. Not exactly right. So about the information that AI and reality machine learning models trained on developers' own data are already being used to help smooth out transitions between handmade animations. While motion matching can be considered a sort of AI on par with the behavior trees, it's not trained like neural nets. In fact, it does not involve any sort of machine learning at all. Motion matching in search algorithm. You create a database of all possible animation frames, and for every frame of the animation being displayed, motion matching finds contains a few frames that match a set of parameters, which includes character pose, movement trajectory, and velocity of select control points, hence motion matching, and then a weighted interpolation of these frames is constructed. It's effectively a clever way to blend and transition between multiple samples at the runtime, because the number of parameters is pretty high, often 20 plus, as the search is done using KD3, which does have to be compiled in advance, but the process is a lot more like indexing a database than anything you would think of as an AI training. This doesn't mean that you can't also use AI in construction of the motion matching database. Ubisoft has done a lot of work on AI processing of their performance captures. In traditional capture, you get all sorts of obstruction and crossing of the markers, especially if you are capturing performance of multiple actors on stage, and that has usually involved a lot of manual cleanup. Ubisoft has pioneered work on using AI for these trained on manually cleaned up data from their own captures. There is still some manual work and verification involved, but it allows animators to process a lot more capture, and this is crucial for constructing a good motion matching database. And then there are AI-driven animation techniques. One of the first significant results on this has been using phase fractioned neural network, but the state of the art has advanced quite a bit, and it's still considered too expensive and too unreliable for production work, but I have experimented with using PFNN to expand existing captures to create a more robust motion matching databases, as my work never made it into production, and partially because that particular project got hit by the pandemic and we couldn't get enough capture to make it work at that time, but it has shown some potential. Next up we go, GTA 6 release data has made Xbox very jumpy, as Microsoft confirms. It appears that 2025 is set to be a massive year of core gaming, and with the big game releases and even a brand new console reportedly launching, it is no wonder developers are scared of stepping on each other's toes. You may have noticed that the last few weeks have been dedicated to quite a few gaming showcases, and from Summer Game Fest to the Nintendo Direct and everything in between, it is the time where gamers can get excited about some upcoming releases. One such event was the Xbox Games Showcase, which many viewers claimed was the best event of the year. However, sad viewers also noticed that a lot of upcoming titles had one thing in common: a vague release date. Highly anticipated titles such as a Perfect Dark reboot, Doom: The Dark Ages, and Fable were all given a vague 2025 release date, if anything at all, which had some fans questioning if we would even see them arrive anytime soon. However, the mystery has been somewhat solved during a recent interview with Matt Booty, Xbox's president of gaming content and studios, on Variety's Strictly Business podcast. Talks soon turned to the vague release dates, and Booty was asked if this was due to the release of Grand Theft Auto 6, which is expected to launch sometime in fall of 2025. I think many across the industry are of course going to plan around GTA 6, and we're all looking forward to that game, which should be amazing, Booty replied. This is perhaps unsurprising considering that a GTA 6 has become one of the most anticipated titles of all time, and with it being over 10 years since the last entry, fans are eager to dive back into the chaotic world created by Rockstar Games. Grand Theft Auto 6 is primed to leave the Payday 3 best feature. So, GTA 6 trailer teases a thrilling crime world, showcasing small-time robbers Lucy and Jason and intense robbery scenarios. Anticipation is high for GTA 6 2025 release, with expectations of Rockstar raising the franchise to new heights with heist-focused gameplay. Grand Theft Auto 6 is in prime position to be the biggest game release of the next year, and there are some major titles set to compete with the GTA 6 in 2025, but Rockstar's anticipated new entry in its long-running franchise still has many waiting with bated breath. The game's first and only trailer offered a thrilling cinematic glimpse into the game's world, and one thing was made clear: heart-pounding crime sequences will once again be the star of the show. As the sounds of Tom Petty echo throughout the game's short trailer, GTA 6's first look still manages to highlight Lucia and Jason's life of crime, as it seems mostly focused on robbery. There is a deep well of GTA 6 speculation that many have been drawing from, especially when it comes to Lucia and Jason's story as an apparent crime duo. Bonnie and Clyde, as the game's protagonists appear to be small-time robbers whose mission will increase in scope. So GTA 6 is perfect home for Payday 3's mask feature. Although Payday 3 launched to lukewarm feedback, the game's many masks, both original and customizable, continued on one of the franchise's most notable features. The customization options offer players the chance to really make their own identity within the game, and GTA 6 is fertile soil to grow this mechanic further, raising the bar for GTA 6 robbery missions. As of now, the missions in GTA 6 haven't been confirmed, but it's fairly obvious that players can expect to look forward to some intense heist and gateway scenarios, as there are plenty of ways that GTA 6 can improve the franchise. By adding customizable masks could be the perfect mechanic to allow players to really feel like they're living the role of a bona fide career thief. Making one own mask brought a unique level of immersion to Payday 3, and it only makes sense for the feature to be included in 6. It is immersion in Rockstar's expertise and an in-game options that lets players imagine how Jason and Lucia would decorate their masks could be a simple but effective way to further connect players to the two characters. So that's kind of all the information we got for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next one, and peace.